And Vice President, you were very inspiring, and I think everybody in the room is very impressed from your words. And you asked, so what should you and I do?
I would like to begin by referring to a statement that is very common in many African countries, in languages. And it refers to a scene where two elephants fight and the grass suffers. I believe it's not very common. But you know, this scene presupposes that the two elephants will keep fighting and that the grass will keep suffering. It also creates an image of power and powerlessness. But recent shifts are telling us a different story, or at least are proposing that the story could be different. And this is where cooperation comes in, where the respect is important regardless, where interests can be matched, and where benefits can be truly beneficial. So definitely, if there are shifting powers, it presupposes that those who have been at the receiving end of unfairness, of stalling development, and so on, may begin to realize that when there's so much shift, when there's so much conflict between the powers, perhaps we will have, that is, if I describe the vulnerable as a grass, maybe this is a time to look at other options. This is a time to create other ways of dealing with the problem. So it calls for a redefinition of the problem and a re-strategizing of options. In other ways, you can look at how you have been developing, in quotes, and how you can develop. Why have you been at the receiving end for so long? And what is it that should change? And this is why I think that partnerships become very important. Redefining the partnerships, recognizing that we may not necessarily come to the same table with the same item, but the items that we are bringing are of value. And that without the item that others are bringing, the end results may not be useful. And indeed, that the larger issue of creating peace might not be achieved. So I want us to keep the end results of peace in the world as paramount.
And Vice President, you were very inspiring, and I think everybody in the room is very impressed from your words. And you asked, so what should you and I do?
I'll just leave you and I with a couple of questions. What have we learned? What has changed? What should change?